Hey folks, it's Brad LeDrew here at Western GM in Drumheller, Alberta, Canada, and today we're taking a look at our very first 2020 Chevrolet Colorado Redline Edition. Now, the Redline Edition is available in a we're talking about crew cabs. Again, we're in Alberta. We're talking about, you can get it in two engine choices, a 2.8 liter Duramax turbo diesel 4-cylinder, 181 horsepower, 369 foot-pounds of torque, with 1,473 pounds of payload and 7,600 pounds max towing. If you go to the 3.6 liter V6 direct injected variable valve timing dual overhead cam, it produces 308 horsepower, 275 foot-pounds of torque, has 1,551 pounds of payload, and can tow 7,000 pounds. So very capable. Like I've said in some previous videos, very much a late 90s, early 2000s capabilities for a pickup truck, despite being a mid-sized truck. What we call a lifestyle truck. So again, parks in your garage very easily, fits down those roads that are maybe a little more overgrown than your full-size truck would. And again, you know, a little better in fuel because of the V6 versus a bigger V8 and a heavier truck. Let's just get into what makes a Redline. So first off, looking at your badging, you can see the red on black, which looks really sharp. You get the painted black wheels, 18-inch alloys. And again, you can see the Redline badge on the right here. Looks really nice. Like I've said in previous videos, you get the felt line Kevlar backed fender liners, so you don't get that pinging and panging on your that you will hear inside your cabin when you're on the road. You can see we've added the GM molded flares. Right from Chevrolet. And we've got the really nice off-road boards on this as well, which I think adds a really nice look to the truck. And you can see the badging here as well. Let's move to the back. You can see we've got the painted black door handles and mirrors. Moving to the front end, the blacked out badge in the front, and down low you can see here the red tow hooks. Really nice looking vehicle, really nice aesthetics, and again, really popular package because of, you know, all the options, your heated leather seat, remote start, backup camera, available option is navigation as well, but a great looking truck that's really capable, like we said. We've also added, you can see here the polished exhaust tip and the rear mud flaps as well. Now let's get down low real quick. We also have in the back of this bad boy a G80 auto locking rear differential. What's great about that is that if this wheel over here starts to spin, it locks both wheels together and you get the best possible traction because both are spinning together. You can see your 4-pin, 7-pin wiring back here as well. We got the center-mounted backup camera, lockable tailgate here with a key or with the key fob itself. Easy drop tailgate. You've heard me say this before. You've got the corner step, put your foot in there, put your hand right here, and now you're in the back of the truck very easily. You can see we've got the factory spray and liner here as well. You know that because it's got the Chevrolet logo in the back. 500 pounds on each corner. Fixed tow hooks or cargo tie-down hooks. And then you can see these little pop-outs. And you can add multiple tie-down hooks or gear-on accessories for quads, for dirt bikes, for mountain bikes, for surfboards, for skis. All kinds of gear-on accessories. Again, because it's a lifestyle vehicle. Moving on over. Capless fuel door. And if this was the baby Duramax, this would have a blue cap here, and that would be for your DEF tank, your diesel exhaust fluid. So looking in the back here, you got your premium leather seats. Little tiny handle here, you just pull right up on this, and I have to do this with two hands, sorry. And you got under seat storage here as well. Pull on the handle again, seat goes down, headrest. You can just push the button and fold them down, so if you need a little more visibility out the back. Very big center armrest console, really like that as well. A couple USB ports here, old style auxiliary power adapter as well. Let's give you a little overview. Moving inside. The interior of this thing is not any different than all the other trims, really, unless you go with a very base model. So your ZR2 is going to look like this inside. You're going to see the same power seat, same stitching on the seat, but again, a ZR2 will have a different headrest stitching and whatnot. Now moving on over here, you can see our automatic headlights right here, our trailer brake controller here, and here is our auto track 4-wheel drive. So now what's nice about this is you can drive it in 2-wheel drive for best possible fuel economy. Go to auto 4x4. Again, if you're maybe a little bit of rain's falling, snow on the roads, or you're on gravel roads, that way it'll use the 4-wheel drive as necessary, but it does engage the front differential. And then you can lock it into 4 high or into 4 low. Now, there is one thing to point out. This is one of the few vehicles that the General makes that is flat towable. And there's a little, if you turn this dial all the way here and you hold it when you start it with your emergency brake on, this will put it into a neutral mode for when you're flat towing. So if you are one of those RV people out there, you got a big diesel push and you need something that's, you need some truck capabilities and you don't want to get a little car or a little SUV to be flat towing behind you, you can do it in a Colorado and a Canyon. Now, really nice, they made a few updates in the last couple years, but really the only differences between a 2019 and a 2020 is a lockable rear tailgate and the availability of a new embedded navigation system in this. And it's just a little bit different in the fact that right now the current navigation for 2019 is just on a disc, and it is what it is. You need to get a new disc every few years. You don't know what's going on with traffic, yada, yada, yada. With this one, that has a new embedded navigation for 2020. So if you have an OnStar subscription, this will give you just your reports just like your Google Maps would on your phone, with real-time traffic and weather reports and things like that. So you can avoid, say, toll roads, avoid heavy congestion or construction zones. So that's one of the other things that's new for this year. Now, we're running low on fuel, but let's just go through this real quick. So you can see your driver information center in front of us. When you turn this vehicle to your auto 4x4, you'll see here this little information pop up. And you'll see that green light over here letting you know that you're in all-wheel drive. And you can look down low. Little lights on the auto there as well. Now, we're in Canada. People love heated steering wheels in Canada because it's cold. Today it's +8. They're saying it's going to be -20 Celsius tomorrow, so a drop of 26 degrees Celsius. I don't know, for American friends there, that's what, like a 50-degree temperature drop for you guys? So that's the weather we live in Canada sometimes. Obviously, we have 2 buttons here to control our Bluetooth. So 1 button to talk, 1 button to hang up the phone, 1 button to receive. And what's really nice about this system, GM's got a great system, but if you have a modern Apple phone or Android phone, you can see we've got Apple Carplay and Android Auto. So then you just hold this for 2 seconds, and now it'll use Siri voice pass-through to control text messages, to tune your radio stations, to put in a new navigation to the nearest gas station, and that sort of stuff. So really, really great thing. Obviously, you've got Bose premium audio system in this trim as well. You can see we got our box light, our traction control, and we'll also have our trailing mode, so push that button when you're trailering. And we got our heated seats with 3 levels of heat for back and bum, or just your back. And you can see down low, we've got a couple USB ports, old style iPod auxiliary, plug in an old style auxiliary power as well. You can see the transmission here, it's got a plus minus on the side here. And again, if you notice up on your driver information center, when you put this into drive, that's drive. When you go down 1 more, it's an L, and then you can use your plus minus to drive this like a manual transmission. So maybe you're towing, you're going downhill, and you want to control and have your transmission help with some of the braking. That's one of the things you can do. Is just when you're driving on the highway, you're in drive, just drop it down to here. It'll show you what gear your transmission's in, and it'll let you go up or down a gear depending on your speed, and it'll hold that gear very well as well. And you can see nice center armrest and console inside. And moving on in here, pretty straightforward stuff. You got your climate control, your cameras. You want to go to your backup camera, trailer view, right? hit the home button, slide across, new split screen display for 2019 and 2020, which I really like. And again, you can see how intuitive, how quick this is, and how easy it works. All of our vehicles have had 4G LTE Wi-Fi in our vehicle since 2014. You can see our outside temperature sensor and our time here as well. Just a really nice riding, driving vehicle. I would recommend going down to your local Chev store, or even coming down to Western GM here in Drumheller, Alberta, Canada, and taking one for a quick drive. But this is a one-take shoot of our first 2020 Focus baby, Chevrolet Colorado Redline. Have a great day, folks. Like, subscribe, give us some comments. Cheers.